Namaskar. Very warm welcome to all the viewers and learners in this live interaction of CIT NCERT. I am Renu Bhatt with you all, and you are watching us live on PME Vidya channels, channel number 6, 9 and 12. And apart from all these channels, you are with us on our YouTube channels as well, that is NCERT official and NCERT PME Vidya class number 6, 9 and 12. Dear learner, this is our live interaction, special live interaction on school leadership development, and in these special sessions we meet our school head. They share their school's transformation journey, they share their challenges, what they faced during journey, and they also share their journey, how they overcome all those challenges and obstacles. And we have joined by our school leader as well in this specific session. But before that, let me share the title of this session, and the title is Leadership in Action, a Transformative Journey of Good Governance in APMS in Andhra Pradesh. We have joined by our experts, so let's quickly meet them. You are Dr. Venkat Lakshmi Charakapu. Yes. Ma'am is from AP Model School, Government Junior College, Manchala, Andhra Pradesh. Very warm welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
And we have joined by our another expert. You are Dr. Tripti Singh. You are Assistant Professor from National Center for School Leadership, NIEPA, New Delhi. Very warm welcome, ma'am. Swagat hai aapka.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So, dear learners and viewers, it's time for you to participate in this special live interaction with all your queries and doubts. We have joined by our school principal. Ma'am is here to answer all your queries and doubts. So you can call us on our telephone number, that is 8800 In case you want to share your feedback with us, you can share your feedback through email address as well. Our email address is tts.class12@cit.nic.in. And if you have joined us through our live streaming, that means you are on our YouTube channels, then you have to go to our live chat box, and then only you can drop your comment out there. Our experts will be more than happy to answer all your queries and doubts if you have any. But we want you to participate in this live interaction to ask questions from our school head. So let's quickly start this session, and here at the very beginning of the session, Dr. Tripti, I want you to tell us about the theme of this session, what we are going to talk about in this session today, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Renu. Thank you. NCSL platform పై ఈరోజు మిమ్మల్ని ఆహ్వానించడం మాకు ఎంతో సంతోషంగా ఉంది. డాక్టర్ వెంకట లక్ష్మి, మీకు ఇదేమా స్వాగతం.
Thank you so much. Thank
We are
you so
very
much
happy
for the
to
welcome.
welcome you, Dr. Venkata Lakshmi, on the national platform, and talking about the theme for today. It is Leadership in Action, a Transformative Journey of Good Governance in AP Model School in Anakapalli district, Andhra Pradesh. So as the name suggests, as the title of the today's session suggests, that it is leadership in action. How it is not leadership in state, it is leadership in action. How a school leader, how our respective fellow school leader who has joined us today, she has transformed the school journey. She has basically transformed the school in various aspects. How we are going to basically learn about the transformative leadership or the transformative good governance style. How it should be implemented at school level in a remote area and in a model school of Anakapalli, Andhra Pradesh. So that's set an example. And as the governance is just a process of decision making, and good governance has certain pillars attached to it. It should be having certain pillars and features like transparency, accountability, conducive environment, adaptability, participation, inclusion, equity, and whatnot. So as the title also suggests, that it is related to good governance in school education. So we are going to talk about a transformational style and a transformative leadership style of our school head, school leader, who has transformed a school with respect to good governance. Yeah.
So here, ma'am, Venkat ma'am, we want you to explain us about your school. We want you to tell us about the context of your school and geography of your school, and teach about teachers and all that, ma'am.
Okay. So thank you so much for the warm welcome, both of you. I am privileged to be here today in the part of the interview. So before I begin with my formal talks, I would just like to connect with my community, to the school community who have actually brought me here. So I would actually take the privilege of speaking in Telugu, so that all my parents pertaining to my students get to understand this. So ee roju nannu ikkada nilabettindi government of India education department, the state government officials pertaining to our Andhra Pradesh education, and then all the community of the school, that is the students, staff, the parents, especially everybody involved in bringing me here. Andarki kuda na ధన్యవాదాలు. ఇవాళ నేను ఇక్కడ ఉన్నానంటే వాళ్ళ వల్లనే నేను ఉన్నాను. సో బిఫోర్ ఐ బిగిన్ విత్ ద ఇంట్రడక్షన్ అబౌట్ మై స్కూల్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్, నేను అనుకున్నది ఏంటి చెప్పాలి అనుకుంటున్నాను అంటే, స్కూల్ అనేది ఇట్ ఈస్ బిల్డింగ్ సరౌండెడ్ బై 4 walls అండ్ విత్ అ లాట్ ఆఫ్ potential and future inside. So it has the capacity and capability to inculcate so many things into an innocent young minds of students, so they turn into responsible citizens with successful futures. So there is immense capacity and potential around the school. So that is not just related to my school, it is related to every school in the country. So thank you for the opportunity today, and applause for all the schools working towards the development of all the students in the country and across the world also. So then beginning about my school, actually it is AP Model School, Government Junior College, Manchala, situated in the district of Chidikada, Anakapalli district from the state of Andhra Pradesh. So Anakapalli is popularly known as the Jaggery city of Andhra Pradesh. So this is popular producer of jaggery in the state, and AP, as you all know, is the rice bowl of India. So I take the privilege of representing my state here today at NCSL. And then coming to my school, it is a senior secondary school taking up classes from 6 to 12. We are model schools management, and we are 163 schools across the state of Andhra Pradesh. We have a strength of 514 students, out of which we have around 350 girl students, and the rest are boys. We have a teaching faculty of around 20 members, and the rest 8 to 10 members we have the non-teaching faculty. All of us collaborate, coordinate towards the successful future of our students. So as you have observed while I was saying that we have a strength of 514, out of which around 75% caters to girl students and the rest are boys. So here we focus on equity, not just equality. Equality, as you all know, giving equal opportunities to everybody. But when it comes to equity, giving what is required to the deserved, that is what is equity, and that is what we focus upon. So as our model schools come from the educationally backward blocks in all the districts, like identified mandals in each district. So model school caters especially to the needs of the educationally backward and economically backward students in our particular district and across the state also. So that is the reason we have higher enrollment of girl students, and we focus on educating girl students, so that if a girl is educated, a family is educated, and once when a family is educated, definitely the society, in turn a country, is developed. So that is our main focus, and this is in brief about my school.
Yes. That's so good to know about the concept behind the more number of girls in your schools. So this set up to a next question. What is the vision and mission of AP Model School, ma'am? How it is different from other schools which are there?
Yeah, actually model schools, as I already told, are established with a vision of giving equitable education with high standards, high education and teaching standards to the students. So while I talk about this, I wish to bring up the point that the teachers engaged in the teaching activities of the students, or who are appointed in model schools, are all belonging to English medium backgrounds. We have a filtration test in 2 levels. So the teachers are highly qualified compared to the rest of the schools, whether it is for any other management. So these teachers, they are trained to cater the needs of students and train them into holistic individuals. So that is the main vision of model schools. And then to realize this vision, the mission that we are working towards is trying to inculcate values in the students, not just into successful individuals, but turning them into responsible citizens, having environmentally conscious nature towards the society that they are living in. So we are working towards in that direction.
Right. That's so right, ma'am. So talking more about your school, we can have a video of our school. In the meantime, we can talk about how it is different, and we have already known how it is different. So we can have a look at our video.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome to AP Model School, Manchala. This is not just a school. It's a place where dreams take flight and futures are shaped. Good governance also means creating a space where students feel at home, whether it's through improving infrastructure, providing a safe and healthy environment,
Irrational numbers ni మీరు find out చేయడం ఎలాగా? How to find out that irrational?
Using this elephant, let us learn few things in English as well as science in our class today. Okay?
Our primary focus is on creating an atmosphere where students feel valued and motivated to learn.
Covered by a thick muscle, and this layer is called pericardium. Sexual dimorphism.
We ensure that every voice is heard and every child's potential is nurtured. Good governance means embracing innovation.
Hello, this is Ramya of grade 7 of AP Model School Manchala, Chikara. One thing I love the most about my school is we just not come here to learn, but to evolve. We learn so many things by experimenting and doing ourselves. We enjoy our time at schools with our all hearts and souls.
We have incorporated technology and creative methods into our teaching, making learning an engaging and interactive journey. Education extends beyond the classroom. We focus on the holistic development of our students through sports, cultural activities, and skill-based programs. Our efforts reflect in the achievements of our students, the support of our parents, and the unity of our school community. Through plantation drives, clean and green initiatives, and awareness campaigns, we instill values of environmental responsibility and social awareness in our students. We believe in celebrating every milestone, no matter how big or small. Good governance is the foundation of everything we do, ensuring that every child thrives in a supportive, inclusive, and enriching environment. AP Model School Manchala stands as a beacon of hope, innovation, and excellence in education, nurturing the dreams of countless young minds. With unwavering commitment to academic brilliance, holistic development, and inclusive growth, the school not only empowers students but also transforms the community it serves. As we look to the future, AP Model School Manchala continues to inspire, ensuring that education remains the foundation for a brighter tomorrow. Together, let us strive to grow and shine. Thank you for joining us on this transformative journey and progress.
All right, thank you, Dr. Venkat Lakshmi. This was a wonderful work which was being done by you, and we could actually see how the school transformation with respect to good governance has taken place in your school. So can you explain us in detail what are the leadership initiatives which have been taken by you as a school head and which brought in all the transformation in the good governance?
So the question to your answer lies in the video that has just been telecasted. So all the practices that we have been inculcating or implementing in the school are reflected in the video. So just as I told, the initiatives that we take up for the development of the students, especially as I spoke about equity, the high grade learner or the high achiever, definitely he can cope up on his own with a little bit of guidance, but we focus on the slow learners. So to develop involvement amongst those kind of slow learners, or to inculcate inspiration and motivation among those slow learners, what we do is we try to inculcate AR and VR strategies into the teaching. As you have watched in the previous video, you have found me using augmented reality and taking up classes to the students. And then the other staff members as well, they generally use all these sorts of technological advancements to bring up interest and curiosity amongst the young minds. And another important initiative that we usually practice in our school is the focus on vocational skills. So vocational education is a part of the regular curriculum in our schools, and it is well practiced. Apart from the regular subjects, what we generally do is we try to conduct some workshops, especially catering to the slow learners, wherein we try to create a kind of curiosity in the students and involve them into the teaching learning process. Just for example, I would like to give you an instance. We have arranged a doop stick making workshop for our students, and all the students who participated in the workshop were slow learners.
Right.
So what the students tried to do was they collected all the flowers, petals, dried them, crushed them, added some essential oils, and then created doop sticks, which actually we avoided the high achievers to participate. So when the pride of making doop stick, and when we have given the priority for these students, they really felt very motivated and encouraged.
Yeah.
So that is one initiative to try to encourage and motivate the slow learners. And apart from this, making a robo, all that was actually depicted in the video earlier. All these practices were actually made involving the slow learners into mind, and then engaging the parental community in the development of the student towards the teaching learning process. So these are few of the initiatives, and especially as I told you, our model schools are English medium schools. So generally, as our school comes from the village background, the rural background, children are especially scared of speaking in English or listening to English classes. So one such fun way method we have incorporated into English language teaching, as myself being an English language teacher before
yes.
I became a principal. So what we do is we take up a lesson, divide it into different parts, paste it on a piece of paper, and then distribute the entire story to the students itself. What they do is they pick up each group, like the entire class is divided into different groups. Each group picks up a sheet, and then they try to comprehend the paragraph or the passage that they get. They try to explain that passage. So when all the groups explain the passage which they have understood, the entire lesson is actually taught very easily without the presence or without the intervention of the teacher. So this is a unique method. The children, without knowing themselves, get to understand the gist of the entire lesson. Anyway, the rest of the grammatical material or the notes is anyway looked after by the teacher.
So basically, it is you are making use of AI more into your classrooms, and then completing it into the good teaching learning practice.
Yes, not just AI, it is collaborative learning, project based learning, and all those things.
So what all challenges you must have faced during the process of good governance and transformative leadership, which you have witnessed in your school and done in a precise way. So what are the challenges which you have witnessed and overcome so far?
Yes, ma'am. So as I told you, fear of English speaking, that was the major drawback or a setback that I have identified after me coming to the school as the principal. So as the children belong to the rural background, as I already told, they were scared of English. So this particular method that we actually implemented turned them into really dashing and daring students, so that they really enjoyed learning English. And I can say, for instance, the students who were so timid, innocent, and scared of learning English actually stood first in the state level competitions comprising elocution or essay writing, and they have won thousands of rupees as cash prize. So that is one really remarkable achievement from the students' side. All this actually happens because the teachers play a key role in transforming the students' way of learning. And then because of this, the pass percentage also increased drastically. Right from the consecutive 3 academic years, we have been securing 100% in SSA result. Here also, we are not really looking after the highest scores anyway. That will be done with the help of the teachers and the hard work of the students. But we see that all students get a chance to at least excel and pass in the SSC or the board exam. So that kind of confidence is only given when the teacher takes up the initiative and imbibes a kind of confidence in the students. And the second challenge that we faced was a lack of parental supervision. Our schools, as they are from rural background, most of the parents belong to the community where they used to migrate. They were migrant workers. The children usually stayed with the grandparents. They were not aware with the policies or the kind of curriculum and all that. So what initiative we have taken was we started visiting the homes of parents, which really brought a good impact on the parent side. So once when we started visiting in groups, trying to contact them on phone, creating WhatsApp groups and having a feedback mechanism very frequently, the parents themselves understood the need that they have to supervise their child, only then the child can come out in flying colors. So this really brought a good impact on the teaching learning process. And then coming to the punctuality, discipline and dressing, again the rural background and all, so they were not really used to coming in proper uniform, the hairstyles, maybe because of the influence of media and movies and all that. So we caught hold of those children. Instead of punishing and all that, we tried to make them realize and understand that this is the age where they will be nurtured, trained to be responsible and disciplined citizens. And once when they are clear about how they have to dress and coming to the school, they will then realize how can they train their children in future. And I can proudly say that now in the entire Mandal, a model school student stands out amongst all the other school students, especially appearance, in forms of appearance or in form of presentation. He has got the confidence and potential to stand out in the group. So that is where our strategies really worked out.
As we can see on the screen also, ma'am, how you have transformed your school using innovation, how
Yes.
you have overcome the challenge. Can you please tell us more about it?
Yeah. So the first slide that you can see is using AI technology. So this particular Airlupa is an app where we can create augmented reality pictures so that especially the lower grade students are inspired. As we focus on the holistic development of the students, and this particular initiative of implementing this AR technology into the classes has brought a tremendous response among the youngsters, like the early class students, that is the 6th and 7th graders. Generally we have a tendency to focus on the board exam students and we leave these tiny tots behind. So what we thought was, if we can instill a sense of inspiration and motivation amongst these children, they will in turn turn up in flying colors when they come up to the board classes. So that is what we actually planned with my teachers and we have implemented. So all these workshops with the robotics and all that have actually brought great results. And apart from this, the sustainable methods that we actually take up, we observe 0 power hour every week. We shut down all the electrical appliances at least for 1 hour every Saturday. So
That is really good to know. I
yeah.
mean,
So the children really get to understand their responsibility towards conservation of energy, which is really high time.
we have
need
found
now.
less number of schools which are working on sustainability in the field of education. If you are talking about the good governance, it is the least touched area which is being pondered upon.
Yeah.
So we can clearly see on the screens also that the school is working great in the field of good governance when it's talking about sustainability and environment conservation and the aspects revolving around the conservation and sustainability of education and the SDGs.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So moving
So,
ahead.
yeah,
yes.
this is actually another initiative. We have collaborated with the Social Forestry under Forest Department, Andhra Pradesh. They have helped us to plant around 1500 saplings in the school campus. You can actually see the previous picture. They were all tiny plants that were planted, and now the trees actually grow beyond my length, like beyond my height. So it feels so happy and grateful that we could actually create an environment where there is peace, there is serenity around the campus. Academics anyway will follow, but sustainable practices, explaining the students to be responsible citizens is equally important and the need of the hour right now in the current trends. So we have actually received a National Green Certificate from CSC, that is Center for Scientific Research and Development, New Delhi.
Wow, that is really
So,
great, ma'am.
yeah.
That is good to know. And talking about further initiatives, what you have taken for your teachers, for schools and your community as a whole, for students. So there must be any separate initiatives in the field of good governance.
Yeah.
So we would love to know more about it.
So generally we organize periodical meetings with the staff first. It's not just my decision, because as an administrator, I don't feel myself as the boss.
Yeah.
I feel to be a facilitator and a mentor. So we work out on ideas actually, we come up with different solutions. So because of all these frequent and periodical meetings with interaction with the students, as I already told, me being the administrator, I take up the lower classes generally. So I get to know what is the pulse of the students, what are their needs, what are their fears, what are their aspirations. I get to know all this first hand. instead of me coming to know from the parents or from the teachers, I try to derive information first hand. So in that case, I can actually jot out various ways to come up with possible solutions so that it benefits the students.
Okay, ma'am. So as we can see on the screens, they are working well in their computer labs, and the technology is being joined in your school in such a way that more of the classes are being run, leaving behind the traditional method of teaching and learning. So talking about the heart of good governance, the ethical leadership which has been displayed by your school is commendable, madam.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah.
Actually, I would like to bring it out that we actually observe all important and special days or festival irrespective of the religion. So it actually brings a sense of belongingness and unity amongst the students. We observe each and every festival or any important day. And then coming to, as you have previously shown the slide there, integrating technology. There also the students feel actually inspired to be going through the classes, leaving the traditional methods, and we are actually blessed by the Department of School Education, Andhra Pradesh, that most of the schools are provided with interactive flat panels, giving the opportunity to teachers to, bring up technology into the classroom. So this has actually made our work more easier.
Yeah, yes ma'am, yes ma'am.
And this is the Green School certificate that has been awarded from USA. From Cornell University. Our school stood out to be the green school for the last year.
Good to know, ma'am. Good to know. Do you feel that there are any changes among your students? Are they more confident now?
Yeah, definitely.
Are they having
very
any
confident.
differences in the academic achievements or the co-scholastic and the curricular activities?
Yeah, actually, as I told, they were timid, they were fearful, they were scared. But now I can proudly say they are all very confident. No matter what grades, no matter they are wrong or right, giving in answers and all, but they are confident. The confidence and the sense of, belongingness to the school has drastically improved. The parents come up to me, they give their feedback. Because of the time constraint, I couldn't put up the feedback videos of the parents, but really, they were actually very happy with their students, the ward's development. And the students themselves, they have excelled in many curricular and co-curricular activities apart from academics. Some of them, they have cracked NEET, and few of our students are actually into medicine stream now, and many of them have secured good ranks into engineering also. And coming to the rest of the activities, we have an adult tinkering lab, and for the 2023 year, we have stood to be the nation's first school to be coming out with adult tinkering marathon, and they have taken the first position in the project.
Last year?
Yeah, it is in 23, ma'am.
23, ma'am.
So all these, not just focusing on education, it is a part of education focusing on holistic development of the student. So that is how it works.
All right, all right. So basically, you have worked upon your school, bringing in leadership as a catalyst for lasting change, for bringing in good governance, and transformative leadership style is basically your way of mentoring and accountability, perseverance. So this is really good to know, ma'am.
And this is the eco-friendly measures that we have taken. We have actually, our children have made these Ganesh idols using clay, and we have distributed to the parental community and the villagers. So that actually brought a good impact on the community in the village also.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all right,
and these are the labs where teachers really explain it through first-hand experiences. You can see the teachers explaining to the students in the labs. We have a language lab, well-established language lab, because language generally, unless the student really identifies himself to the subject, he definitely feels bored, because we cannot find fascinating experiments, we cannot, like maths, there is no problem solving, it is just the aesthetics. So when the student understands and tries to imbibe that kind of aesthetics and the love for language, only then can he get to, feel the need to learn language.
Yes, definitely.
So that is the reason we actually have established a language lab for Telugu, Hindi and English as well. So the students are really happy, and they are participating actively in the language club activities. And apart from the language club, as I said, we take up many important days. We have a green club wherein we take up all the green initiatives, and right now, as this is summer, we the students, they themselves come up with ideas that they need to have some pots for birds to drink water, leave grains. During lunchtime, they come and, leave some restovers for the birds to come and eat. So that kind of belongingness and responsibility has definitely developed in the students.
So your school basically portrays education beyond academics. It is much ahead of academics, as we can see also. We are working on all the aspects of, holistic development of a child.
Yes, ma'am.
So that we can see in all the activities which have been displayed or which have been put together in a PowerPoint here. Due to the shortage of time and the slides are many and
conducting health camps. There you can see we have been conducting health camps, trying to educate students about the basic health needs, because a teacher always teaches and the student gets bored listening to the teacher. So sometimes we invite few guests to come and speak. And one more thing I should tell you in this aspect is, we call up the parents belonging to different vocations, because as the student who might be a slow learner or a high achiever, he definitely finds inspiration from his teachers, no doubt. But once his parent comes and talks upon any subject, he feels really, privileged that his parent is coming and talking. So, may it be a farmer, may it be a plumber, may it be an electrician, anything. Just a 10 minutes talk by the parent addressing the entire students definitely brings lots of confidence and inspiration amongst the students, especially the slow learners. So this is another initiative that we have been taking up.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. This is good to know as a school leader what all you have done for the upliftment of your school, for your school students, for your teachers and for your community as well. And we can see the transformation in your school.
Yes, ma'am.
It is inclusive leadership. It is creating equal opportunities for all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So it's really commendable, ma'am, and you have done a lot for your school and school students, teachers, and like you have emphasized on vocational skills as well as on sustainability and sustainable element in learning, and this is really very commendable and we appreciate your efforts, ma'am. Here we would like you to share your message to all the school leaders, ma'am.
Yeah, well, message is actually a big word. Before I give any message, I would just like to recollect a few lines from Robert Frost's iconic poem. The woods are beautiful, dark and deep, but I have many miles to promises to keep. So, if I just like to explain it in my mother tongue also, I have so many promises to keep before I sleep. So, before I drop back, there are certain things, many things that I have to achieve with respect to my job as an administrator, as a school leader. So, I believe that education is a continuous commitment. So, leadership is not just about grand achievements, but about persistent efforts, no matter how big. So, ఈ ఎఫర్ట్స్ అనేవి కంటిన్యూస్గా ఉండాలి. అవి పెద్దవి కావచ్చు, చిన్నవి కావచ్చు, ఆర్ అచీవ్ చేయొచ్చు, చేయలేకపోవచ్చు. బట్ ది ఎఫర్ట్ దట్ వి పుట్ ఇన్, ఆ ఎఫర్ట్స్ ఎంతకాలం అయితే మనం కంటిన్యూస్గా పర్సిస్టెంట్గా పెడతామో, దెన్ వీ విల్ నెవర్ రిటైర్ అండ్ ఫైనలీ ఎట్ వన్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్ ఆ రిజల్ట్ అనేది దానంతట అదే వస్తుంది. సో దట్ మోటివేషన్ విల్ బి గివెన్ టు యూ వ్యాన్ యూ పుట్ ఇన్ ఎఫర్ట్. సో అది నేను బిలీవ్ చేస్తాను. అండ్ సో ఈ ప్రాసెస్లో ఇంకా చాలా నేను అచీవ్ చేయాల్సినవి ఉన్నాయి. అండ్ లీడింగ్ మై స్కూల్, మై టీచర్స్ డ్రా ఇన్స్పిరేషన్ అండ్ ఐ డ్రా ఇన్స్పిరేషన్ ఫ్రమ్ మై టీచర్స్. సో ఐ వుడ్ just as you can see on the slide, the ripple effect, ripple. So whatever you give in, that comes back. So that is what I'm talking about. So the effort that you put in, that pays you back. So this is Honorable Chief Education Secretary, Government of India. So we have received the green certificate from him. So the simple message that I try to, it's not just a message, it is the philosophy that I follow. We have many things to do. Just collaborate, coordinate, get support from each other, and you can come out in flying colors and achieve laurels. That is what I believe in.
Thank you so very much, ma'am, for your valuable words. At the end of this session here, Tripti ma'am, we want you to please share about the characteristics of school leaders. Like we all know that leaders always play a vital role, right? So what are the characteristics, ma'am?
See, the characteristics are many, and talking about school leaders, we have a school leader here who is having so many features in herself. So the question basically should be from her. What do you think are the characteristics of a school leader, ma'am?
Characteristics doesn't necessarily mean to be characters, but they have to be, made it as a part and parcel once you take up the job as a school leader. So the first thing that I feel a school leader must possess is adaptability. Unless the school leader is adaptable to changes, adaptable to the environment around him or her, he cannot actually acclimatize. So adaptability is definitely an important thing that has to be inculcated. And then empathy, understand the needs of everyone, no matter he is a student or a worker or an employee or a colleague, anybody, even if it is an higher official. So the empathy definitely matters. And then inclusivity, include everybody's need, take everybody's needs into consideration, and then at the end it is sustainability, as I always advocate upon. So and finally, just to conclude, I have a thought in mind, just that we as teachers coming from the education part, many celebrated professions like may it be a doctor, may it be a police, may it be a lawyer, whatever, their role comes into action only when some damage is done. But it is the only profession in the entire world, the teaching or the education part, which actually works upon before something negative happens. So we actually train or guide or mentor the students towards the positive side, and if this doesn't work properly, then only all this, the others have to come and act upon, like the doctor when you fell like you fall ill, the police when something wrong happens, the lawyer when something wrong happens. So if you have to avoid this negativity, the child has to be trained into positivity, and that actually happens with the help of educators and teachers like us. So actually I am blessed to be a part of this profession.
Indeed, so thank you so much, ma'am. Dr. Venkat Lakshmi from AP Model School, Annakapalli, Andhra Pradesh. It was really great to have you here with us with a lot of content and knowledge, with the amalgamation of all the transformative leadership styles which have been followed and incorporated in your school and your respective school, which is a very beautiful school in a remote area, and we cannot expect such a transformation. Looking at the school, I cannot compare, I mean, I am failing to compare it with a private school. It is having all the, all the things, all the necessary infrastructure and the modules which have been shown, the characteristics of good governance which we have learned from your school basically. So there are many, and apart from the characteristics which madam has suggested, there can be many more. There is no end towards it. So it is very dynamic. It is very dynamic and subjective in nature. So a good leader is a one who basically takes care of all the teammates and work for all the stakeholders.
Right, ma'am, as it's not easy to bring a positive change, but that's what a leader's job is.
Right. So thank you, Dr. Venkat Lakshmi, for being with us on the session today.
Much.
Thank you so very much, ma'am, Dr. Venkat Lakshmi ma'am and Tripti ma'am, for being with us and for this insightful session. Thank you so very much, ma'am. And all the very best for your bright future, ma'am, and for all the initiative you have taken, ma'am. And dear learners, it's time for me to wrap up this session, but let's have a look in tomorrow's session, what we have for you. As usual, we will starting our day with Yogshakti program at 8 a.m. and the topic that we are going to discuss tomorrow is yoga for back and neck pain. At 2 p.m. we will be back with our another live interaction for English 11th standard students, and the topic would be critical reading of Nani Pakhiwala, The Ailing Planet. At 3 p.m. there will be a live discussion on capacitance, and this topic is for physics 12th standard students. So that's all for now. It's time for me to wrap up this session. I, Renu Bhatt, is taking your leave with my whole team, but you stay on PME with your channels for more informative programs. Namaskar.